Alright, hey there. My name is Mr. Kim, and I just wanted to go over this chart with you today. So, how old are you?
5.
Alright, cool. So, how many apples are there here?
1, 2, 3.
2,000 years later.
99, 100.
Alright, finally. Good. So, out of these 100 apples, there's one that has schizophrenia, and people that have schizophrenia, they often can't express their feelings, and it does last a long time. And I think another symptom also is that you see things that aren't there sometimes.
Does it ever go away?
Unfortunately not, but there is medicine and you can make it a little better, like you can alleviate the symptoms. So yeah, thank you for medicine.
Cool. Hey, Mr. Hong, how old are you, man?
Sorry, hold on. I need to get the text across real quick.
You can text later, man. I just want to know how old are you?
Alright, sorry. I'm 13.
13? Okay, well, for schizophrenia, there's positive and negative symptoms with it. The positive symptoms would be hallucinations, while the negative symptoms would be just like a loss or a decrease in just the ability to process emotions. And with that, there's also disorganization symptoms, which would be, just confused and disordered, just thinking and speech-wise. And there's also impaired cognition, which deals with problems with just attention, memory, and just educational performances.
Alright, cool.
Hello, my name is Patrick Hanwa, and I'm a 4th year neuroscience major.
Hi, my name is Professor Alpani. So, do you know the 2 hypotheses that describe schizophrenia?
I believe the first one was the dopamine hypothesis, but I can't quite remember the second one.
So there are actually 2 hypotheses. There is the dopamine hypothesis, and there's also the glutamate hypothesis. But since it seems like you know this hypothesis, let's just talk about the glutamate hypothesis. So the glutamate hypothesis stems from the understanding that hypofunction of NMDA receptors lead to both positive and negative symptoms.
Positive symptoms such as hallucinations, correct?
Yeah, exactly. So PCP and ketamine both block NMDA receptors, causing both of these positive and negative symptoms. For this reason, we think that NMDA receptors, or the low function of it, is related to schizophrenia. So the reason the glutamate hypothesis is so popular is glutamate is involved in so many brain regions responsible for both these positive and negative symptoms.
Does that imply that there's something wrong with the dopamine hypothesis? Because I was taught that it was a fairly accurate hypothesis.
So the dopamine and glutamate hypotheses don't really contradict each other. Just think about the striatum. So dopamine release is indirectly controlled by glutamate receptors. Glutamate receptors control or regulate GABAergic neurons in the striatum, which then results in affecting dopamine release. So technically they work together.
Well, that's so interesting. I feel like I can get my degree now.
Not exactly.